it's Andrew O'Donnell with Supercharged Stocks. I'm really excited to have Wanda Cutler here, who's the VP Head of Communications for Amex Resources. This is I'm a big fan of the story. I've been following it only for a year, but the story's been around for much longer, but I've been excited about it for a year whenever I was first talking to Victor back in August last year. What a story. I've seen them, Kelly Malcolm, your Head of Exploration, present at Mines and Money in London. You've got a great story that if people don't know, this has been just plugging along during a very difficult, catastrophe and pandemic. You've been delivering results with an aggressive 200,000 meter drill program, which is, that's what really gets people going too. So there's so much good going over here. I'm just going to spit out a couple numbers that I know, and they're different within the Perron, 100% owned Perron project. You've been hitting like 44.2 grams over 9 meters, 35.3 grams over 3.5, and 27 over 11. So you're getting great news, constant news flow. So many good things to talk about. I'll let you say a quick hello. Tell me about what got you excited about the story and what you're looking forward to moving forward.
So Wanda Cutler, as you said, and I'm with Amex. I've started, Victor and I kind of joined Amex at the same time together. Victor Cantori is the CEO. And we actually were originally looking at Amex as a shell, believe it or not. But we looked at the properties and and especially the Perron property and the properties that were in the company, and we realized that no, these were really good properties, and basically what we needed to do was a bit of a restructuring exercise and raise some money, and that's what we did. And then we went about drilling and started making some fantastic discoveries, which has been, it's really, a 200,000 meter program is a lot of drilling. It's a lot of drilling, and so, you've got 6 drills going, so literally we're getting results just about every other day. There's news coming in, and we're trying to get it out to the market as quickly as we can. So we've got a good steady flow of news too for investors, which obviously people like, and it obviously helps when you're hitting those big, amazing grade numbers over some very decent widths. So it's been a really exciting story.
Yeah, it definitely is. That's what people always want to see, a year-round project. This is a historically rich area, the Abitibi Green Zone. It's, and we just touched on briefly before as well, seeing Kelly present, Kelly Malcolm, your Head of VP Exploration in London. It was exciting to see everyone there. They actually won the mining pitch battle at the time. So it was, even within that room full of people, which are a lot of finance people, they could see clearly that, oh boy, this looks good. If you guys start hitting some continuing to extend this, it's going to be good. At that point, it was a 100,000 meter drill program, which was aggressive. You're able to go out. We dealt with COVID and the pandemic. You're considered essential, but yet you still respected it enough and wanted to do the right thing, but got right at it as soon as you could. And I think was it $15.75 million you raised, and then announced 100,000 meters more to drill.
Yeah, so now we're very well capitalized. We've got 25 million in the bank. And then on top of that, we've got $19 million is coming in warrants, in warrant money. So those are deep in the money warrants. So the company has a lot of money to properly explore this property. It is 45 kilometers square kilometer property. So it's a big property. We've got about 15 kilometers of fault on the property that we want to look at. Right now, the focus on the drilling has really been over about 3 kilometers, 2.73 kilometers, which we're calling this, which is like an auriferous corridor. And so right now, the drills are turning on the Eastern Gold Zone, on the Great Cat, and we will be getting another drill back out to the Gretchen. So those are the 3 gold zones that stretch out over this 3 kilometer corridor. And so we're going to be obviously putting the drills, going back into each of the known targets and continuing to expand ounces, because all of the zones are open along strike and at depth. So there's lots of room to add ounces there. But then also this year, we want to look at the theory that potentially this whole 3 kilometer corridor is in fact mineralized and join it up. And so one of the theories potentially is that you're mineralized over 3 kilometers and you could put a down the road you could put an open pit type mine on it, and then go underground for the high grade shoots, like the high grade zone. And we're also seeing a high grade zone developing within the Grey Cat target. So, like I said, there's lots to do, and then you've got the balance of that 15 kilometers of strike of faults to explore. So there's lots of places to spend the money, and management's we're very focused on putting the money in the ground.
Yeah, and amazing. I mean, also I think 92 million shares out. So there's still, I mean, lots are fully diluted, 96.
I think, we're under, I think our shares out, it's less than 90. I can't remember exactly now, but yeah, fully diluted, we'd be well under 100 million shares. And like I said, have capital for what we need to do on the exploration side.
Plenty of room to grow if you've in comparison to some of the other companies out there in the near vicinity as well, which makes this, if someone says, oh, I've missed the run. No, you haven't. This is going to keep going. You've got a lot of news coming out. I mean, once again, that drill program that's a big one, constant news. And I think it was just last month, one of those, I think it was the 35 over 3 meters, or was it the 11 meter one, was at depth. So that one was the deepest target you'd hit just last month.
So on the Eastern Gold Zone, in the high grade zone, I think we're down to about 850, 875 meters. And still in very high grade over very mineable widths. So we're also looking at expanding the Eastern Gold Zone. We really focus a lot on the high grade zone there, but the reality is the Denise zone, which we've started, we've known it's a parallel zone to the high grade zone, and we've known it's been there. But, when you're getting such spectacular numbers out of the high grade zone, it's kind of hard to leave it and kind of, go explore it beside it. But now that we've got 6 drills turning and lots of money to do the drilling, we're able to dedicate, still drills to the high grade zone and continue to bring in those big numbers, but also look to the Denise zone and look at the Grey Cat and look at the Gretchen and really we're very pleased with the core that we're bringing up from the Denise. So, when the core comes in, we often have a lot of visible gold in our core. And so, I talked to some of the geologists that they enjoy logging it because they're sitting there and they don't typically get to see that much VG in a core.
Yeah. And I just want to kind of touch on for our generalists out there is that somewhere like a Kirkland Lake, which is a huge name as well and really recent, that's about 1.8, 2.2 kilometers down as well. So to be getting the numbers and be expanding and growing this at just a kilometer. I mean, it sounds a kilometer is still far down, but there's a lot more to build upon this. Yeah. And that's what makes this so exciting too, is that you're in that postal code, that region that hosts so many amazing historic deposits, and you're building this out. You're collecting all this data. It's taking shape and form. And I think that's why you're getting the recognition in the market that you are.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's when you're located in the Abitibi like that, I mean, you're in elephant country when it comes to Canadian gold mining. I mean, you're in one of the most prolific belts in the world, and certainly in Canada, in the Abitibi. And so you kind of had to make a more sophisticated approach to exploration. And so, we did a lot of modeling. We did a lot of modeling on the project, and that really is what has guided the drill bit. And that's how we found the Eastern Gold Zone. That's how we found the Grey Cat. So, this is a drill story for sure. There's a lot of modeling and thinking that goes behind targeting the drilling.
I actually find that to be one of the key optimistic parts, because you go to all these conferences and people tend to say the same thing. The easy stuff has been picked over already. It's already been found, the stuff jutting out of the earth. So sometimes you get a little distracted, especially the last few years. People would start thinking, oh my gosh, are we going to find stuff again? But then you have new modeling, new techniques. There's a lot more science. There's a lot more technology. And when you start to see these models start to take shape and this market start to turn around where people are interested and they can fund the programs, and you start to see that, yes, these models are accurate and we're actually building out. This is exciting for anyone in mining, because it means that there's a lot of other places to go to look at the data, to reinvent it, to reimagine and think, you know what, I think there's something here. Normally I ask people, listen, what's the next thing to look out for? What should we wait for? But you guys have so much news all the time. If you don't know to take a look at this, you're going to have news all the time.
We also put all our data online. So we have a data room that's open, and anybody can download the data. And that really allows people, we've been very, very transparent with all of our drill results.
That's 6 drill bits going. It's year round. You're aggressive, you're active. This is a story, if you don't know, stick the symbol on the side of your computer, keep an eye on it, because there's lots more room to grow. Wanda, great story. We're looking forward to hearing the next, especially the metallurgy, in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But what an interesting time to be alive, but also what a run you guys have been having. Definitely well-earned success. I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes out the next few weeks.
Thanks.
Thanks so much.